time to do the restaurant business the best way possible. That means easiest, the most profitable, I would say the most risk-free. And that's what we're going to talk about today. In today's show, risk-free, trouble-free, food or restaurant business. This is your show today. Share it, like it, follow it. Let's go. I just got off a great idea, folks. Hello, everyone. Welcome. I just thought of a great idea to add to the show. I'm going to pick up the Who's Ready bell. Well, I don't have to do that, man. I can get the sound for that. So we're going to do that for the following sessions from now on. We're going to add the bell ring so you guys can pick up the food. The order is ready for pickup. Hey, listen, you can tell I'm having fun. I just ate, so hey, I'm even more giddier than usual. Food is a happy time, isn't it? So let's talk about the food business, really, and focus on the reasons that it can be an impossible dream for many out there. What can we do to make starting a restaurant, or just making money from a restaurant? Let's talk turkey, you and I. Hey, listen, other than having a place to go, take the family and eat for free, right? Which, being an owner of a restaurant, you can do that, right? Other than that, wouldn't you just want to have that and just make profit? Without the worries, without all the setup and all the trouble and then the issues involved in setting up a restaurant. Hey, I like that myself. So listen, you can do it. There's a way to do it. I'm just giving you a hint. That's all. There's a definite way for you to do that. Enjoy week-long little notifications coming in on your cell phone, little pings all day long and into the evening. And then it's almost like the Mozart theme. España. Listen, but Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, ooh, it's sweet music. And that phone will start up, bing, 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 every phone call coming in, every order coming in. Listen, all you're worrying about is going to the bank and finding ways to spend that money. That's possible for you here. But I also want to encourage you. You could be a food student, or maybe you know one who's in culinary school, somebody with lots of talent, maybe someone who's not even in culinary school, someone who just knows how to dominate that kitchen and make people happy at the table. Hey, listen, this is perfect for them, and they want to get something of their own in the future. This is the right time to start this. But they'll find that this URL is the smart time to start that and be able to realize their dream down in the future. Listen, with a lot of help, a lot of support, with no worries at all, because simply we take care of all of that. So let's talk about this today. For this, we'll go to our screen as usual. And we got the wrong screen up there, but no, we'll correct that. We're going to talk about one of the problems in the restaurant business. A lot of them are having this issue more and more. It says here, food service is grueling work. So more and more workers are organizing. And a lot of this is a game changer, can be a game changer for a restaurant. It can be just a killer. So we're going to look at this at eater.com. Look more into this article. You can see the rest of it there if it isn't already over here. But anyway, it says from basic safety issues like non-slip mats in the kitchen to better salaries and benefits, the fight to create a more just industry ramped up this year. Before heading to Connecticut for Passover early this year, my partner and I planned to have a talk with their parents about the local Stop and Shop. It was the closest grocery store to their house, big and convenient, most likely place they'll be getting groceries to host over 20 people. But on April 11th, over 34,000 Stop and Shop workers across New England, members of the United Food and Commercial Workers International Union, went on strike, and we didn't want to cross the picket line. Can you imagine having your restaurant suffer from such an event? Think about what the ramifications are here. I mean, if it wasn't bad enough to get your restaurant idea, get your food business idea off the ground, then you have to deal with this. Come on, that's like really it can be the straw that breaks the camel's back. Absolutely. But this is not just a straw. This is a very serious issue. So there's ongoing unionization of fast food and other food production companies. In 2018, employees at Burgerville, a fast food chain in Portland, Oregon, pushed to unionize, making them astoundingly the first federally recognized fast food union. And so Little Big Burger followed 2019, as did Anchor Steam Brewery. Already unionized grocery stores and airline caterers either went on or threatened strikes, and so did Instacart workers, though they were not formally unionized, and McDonald's workers in the UK. So again, you have a lot of difficult days ahead when you're thinking about the restaurant business. So these are things that you need to really consider. You have the fight for increased rate wages, obviously, and multiple presidential candidates are on board with their message again, and more restaurateurs are experimenting with eliminating tipping altogether, a system that has its roots in slavery and classism. So they're trying to eliminate that. Remember, elimination of tipping was something we started seeing as you travel to certain countries. They told you not to tip at certain countries because it was considered offensive, of course, because of the history where that it comes from. And so, if workers are as scarce as the unemployment rate and many other measures suggest, employers should be raising wages to compete for them. Again, um, this goes to the points that we've been bringing out in terms of how you're treating your employees. So, listen, you guys can go over there and read this article. It's a really good article talking about this main gigantic issue of starting and building your restaurant brand is something you're really going to have to deal with if sooner or later in your restaurant business. But I'm going to talk about here is how to avoid this altogether. One of the things that we were looking at in the previous broadcast was a trend in the restaurant business to eliminate the whole sit down table experience and just concentrate on food preparation and even leave the delivery to third party, basically turning a restaurant into a loaded pizzeria style of receiving phone calls, orders online or by the phone, and then getting it delivered to the home. And so this is basically where a lot of restaurateurs are heading towards, especially with all these types of threats to your success as certain unionized workers, even though you're going to have kitchen staff. But, when you have this heavy leaning and dependency on a lot of staffing, and on top of that, you don't treat them well. So this is causing this situation that we keep seeing. Again, the consultants told you to treat Pedro with an eye open on what he's doing at the cash register. Keep an eye out on Pedro and Juan. Because these gurus told you, gave you these great consulting advice, you created an atmosphere where your employees, your staffers are not delivering the quality of service that they should be, and then they feel insecure. On top of that, insecure, their wages are not sufficient, their prospects of permanency of employment, of steady employment, is questionable. Do they even want to keep working for you, as someone is always on top of them and always observing all the things they do? And of course, you come back at me and say, "Well, but there'll be waste, and there'll be loafing off, waste in many different types of ways." And so again, if you change the culture, if your business, a lot of that can be mitigated or even eliminated altogether. So I think you're not giving, or you haven't heard anyone talking about your restaurant's culture. You really need to develop that. At least get my information and get my consultation, because basically I'm the one talking about that. That is really what you should be developing in your restaurant business. But for you that who are thinking only about starting a restaurant, you have some talent, or you just don't you have any talent at all, but you like the idea of a phone ringing in a restaurant, local restaurant, and you making money from that phone call, then you really need to look into this video that's on this URL that you see below me here, and you'll see it again at the end of the program today. How about if I told you that you can be in the restaurant business without worrying about starting up a restaurant, getting space, getting staffing, dealing with suppliers, worrying about decor, and dealing with these issues, labor issues, and the future of it, that risk, putting risk into play. Is this going to work out? And are we going to get enough customers? All the issues here, eliminating them all for you. Even if you're interested in opening your own restaurant in the future, the issue of making enough money, of having enough money to put into a venture like that, and still have that expanse in marketing, the reach into the marketplace, your target market, to have your restaurant become a success. How about if I showed you a way that you can start earning profits from the restaurant or food business without worrying about any of those things at all? Well, we have found that way. We have created a way for you. And you'll see it at this URL right here below me. If you go there after this video, you will sit down and watch another explanatory video that will give you the full details. Basically, with that video and with the information on that video, you will be able to call your mom and tell her, I'm in the restaurant business. And what cock-a-brain idea did you come up with now, Junior? Whatever. If people say, come on, you're pulling my leg, and you say, listen, it's okay, just watch. So, whenever you're sitting down with them, visiting them, and your phone goes bing, 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 right? And they tell you, what's that? Why are you not answering that? No, that's just the restaurant. It's just the order. Another order came in into the restaurant. That's all. I just made some money. Bing, 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 ping. That's what's going to be happening. You let the pings have it. The pings will be your backup, your support base, and all the pings. Especially plan to visit your family like on Friday night, Saturday nights. You know that. that phone will be pinging like that. Bing, 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 bing. So this is what you're talking about, and this is what we're talking about here. But imagine if you really want to do your own restaurant, you really want to have it. Well, the same process. The money you put together, especially with all the pinging, will go for your new restaurant. Not only that, but the same network that you're joining when you come and look at this and decide to join and start, that same network will help you with your business, with your restaurant business, and will adopt your restaurant idea. We'll either work together, partner together, or just simply promote. We're able to help you in your restaurant. You have a restaurant already, the same network will be able to help support your restaurant and to promote your restaurant. But a great advantage of that is also the ability, if you have a restaurant idea, if you have a food business idea, to spread that idea in multiple locations using our network, which has also multiple presences. We have multiple networks in different locations across the country, and we're developing right now in the top 100 cities of the U.S., absolutely, and many other cities of the U.S. So you will practically be able to expand into all the major marketplaces if having a quality service and quality product in your restaurant business. So again, the issue is, uh, are you ready to get started? And that's simply all you have to worry about. Uh, a lot of advantages. You don't have to worry about a lot of these things because they're easily mitigated. Worried about expansion because it's going to cost too money to open up a shop in two or three other cities. With our network, it isn't. As a matter of fact, you saw one of the methods that we implement, a form of it in the other broadcast we did, I think just prior to this one. And what we were talking about, I think when we opened up as well, about that delivery system and the no sit down restaurant. Now, the no sit down restaurant can easily be a something else, which I won't say right now because we don't want to give out all our secrets away. But we have a way for you to introduce uh, your brand and introduce your food to new markets, to try it out, to test it out, to see how people like it, to see the response, to see the repeat business, and to slowly and through that method, slowly introduce your brand to a new area, to a new city, to a new area in that city. And we can just keep going on and on like that, spreading your brand and growing your business. It's as simple as that. So we've made it simple. We've cut all the extra fat off of that, and we just made a streamlined, lean operation where you can just experience solid support and solid growth. Again, so whichever way you're going about this, of course, what I've just explained doesn't apply to you if you're just looking to make money from the restaurant and food business. That's all you're interested in. Then you have a different type of program. The ones interested in having their own restaurant eventually, well, then this program is where you begin, but we extend the extra to you when you're ready, when you've done this, when you understand how the network works and how to grow, then we'll open up that other option for you for your restaurant. In the meantime, we'll be talking, we'll be helping you develop your concepts, and we'll be putting it to the test. Simple as that. As soon as you're in queue, you will be in a queue because there's other people also developing their concepts. And then when it comes to your turn, you simply start doing your thing, uh, test it out. We're testing it out, and we just automatically just incorporate into the network operations and extension procedures, and that's about it. So you'll get more details by heading over here to this URL. It's the smartest thing to do. I mean, this problem that we started with in this article at That article was at the Eat, is it? Let's look at it again. The At eater.com. It should be the only thing that you should worry about. You know what I see is that you build up, you try to do the things on your own, so many struggles, so many obstacles, and then this happens. Make it easier for yourself. Do it smartly. Use your brain. Look at what's happening here. Make a smart move, a smart decision, and build and enjoy the benefits of your restaurant or food business idea. Okay? So that's it for today. We thank you for watching. Take action now and look at the program that we prepared for you at this address. It's in the final slide here. Have a good day. See you then.